3333.
Furniture for the Good Things Utah set, furnished by Timber Lodge Furniture and Design.
All right, tantalizing your taste buds is all about science, and nobody knows that better than Chef Tom. It's so good to have you back.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
I feel like I'm in my old science lab back in junior high school, and it's good.
I just hope I don't look like your old science teacher.
Oh, no.
Interesting thing about flavor. Flavor is a combination of what happens on your tongue and also what happens in your nose. There are 5 flavors that you see that are on your tongue. Sour, bitter, sweet, savory, and the other one that I suddenly can't remember.
I remember
salty.
learning all about them in the different places on your tongue and how if you put a saltine cracker on one side, it wouldn't taste the same as if you put it on the other side.
Exactly.
We remember those little tests.
Amazing what they've done with salt and the way that it impacts your taste buds. And we're going to talk about that. And I thought if we're going to talk about something and how it makes your taste buds react, let's talk about what probably has the worst reputation for vegetables, and that's the Brussels sprout.
You're not going to make me eat Brussels sprouts, are you?
It's up to you if you'd like to eat Brussels sprouts or not.
Oh, I knew this was going to be a not so good Monday.
In the front, I've got 3 different types of salt. I've got regular, plain iodized salt. I've got kosher salt. And then I've also got fleur de sel, salt of the, or flour of the salt. And understanding how they react with your taste buds is going to help to understand when you want to use a particular salt. I've got 2 different Brussels sprouts here. One has got iodized salt on it, and the other has got kosher salt on it. The difference between the 2, chemically speaking, they're identical. They're both sodium chloride. The difference being, and a little bit of iodine in one, but the difference is the crystal size. The way that the crystals are developed, they're a uniform crystal size in the standard iodized salt. But in kosher salt, it's this irregular crystal pattern that sticks to food better.
Okay.
And when salt hits your tongue, particularly in a dish like Brussels sprouts that are a little bit bitter,
yeah. Is this one got
this
salt
is the
on
one
it?
that's just iodized salt.
Okay. All right. If I must, for the sake of science, I shall.
But iodized salt doesn't have the same crystal size, and so it tends to dissolve. I'm so sorry. So it tends to dissolve, and so you don't get it on your tongue. But with kosher salt, the irregular salt pattern tends to stay and stick to the food, but stay on top of the food. So if you've got like a steak or Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower.
And you didn't bring steak, why? Honestly, give me Brussels sprouts.
I'll be sure to do that next time. But when the salt from the kosher salt hits your tongue, it's a completely different sensation on the tongue. It tastes sweeter and much less bitter.
Oh, without a mouthful of Brussels sprout, I can completely tell the difference with the kosher salt.
And the salt
on this
itself
one.
is the same. Yeah, the salt is the same. Now, if you're doing a broth-based, like a soup or something, it doesn't matter. The salt is salt.
Okay.
But if you're using something where the salt is going to be prevalent and going to be on the tongue and not dissolve, use a kosher salt.
Okay.
For a fleur de sal, you want to use it. I love to use it on top of cookies, on top of like a homemade caramel. It makes all the difference. It really brings out the sweetness of the cookie.
Can we move on to mac and cheese now? Because really, Brussels? Okay, mac and cheese, yay.
In front of you, I've got two different cheeses. We talked about the salt sensation on the tongue. Let's talk about the savory sensation on the tongue. With the savory sensation, it most commonly comes from this acid, glutamic acid. It's an amino acid that your body produces. It's in meat, mushrooms, cheese, tomatoes. The thing is whenever you are you're eating this and you're like, I'm making a dish with these items, and it just is not. It's missing something.
Okay.
There's a secret ingredient I've got in one of these mac and cheeses that is not in the other.
Do you want me to taste the one with or without first?
Taste this one first.
All right.
And what you'll find is there's a magnifying glass. I'm not going to tell you what it is because sometimes when people hear what the ingredient is, they're like, are you serious? You want me to eat that? But you'll find that the one you're about to eat is significantly richer. It tastes much more savory and much fuller in the mouth. It doesn't have that missing ingredient that you normally find.
Okay, what is in that? Because I can completely taste the difference.
Anchovy paste.
Fantastic, Tom. Fantastic. Anchovies and Brussels sprouts.
There's a compound in here called inosinate that acts as a magnifying glass for anything that is savory. And so, again, if you feel
It's
like you're
good.
missing something from your dish, try adding a little anchovy paste. You don't taste it. All you taste is that feel on the tongue.
Okay, don't tell me we're gonna eat a rope now, because I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, I've done Brussels sprouts and anchovies. I'm not doing a rope.
Let's talk about gravy or starch-based stocks,
All right.
starch-based sauces. This is what happens when you're doing a molecule and you're adding starch. Look, this represents a flour starch that you might put in gravy. What traditionally happens is you could taste this carrot right now if you wanted to. When you put starch into a dish, the starch molecule actually forms a bond around the outside of the flavor, so it can't escape from the dish. It doesn't go up into your nose, and so you can't taste it. So the trick is instead of adding flour directly to your stock right out of the oven, take it and reduce it down on a nice low heat while your roast is resting, and then add the flour. You'll use less flour, and your gravy will be much richer.
More
and add a little
flavorful.
anchovy paste to it while you're at it.
Yeah, that would work. All right, Chef Tom, you have got brilliant scientific breakthroughs when it comes to enjoying our food more. If you would like more with him, you can go to www.cookwithtom.com, and there you can find all of that. Tom Woodbury, thank you so very much.
you.
And honestly, this is so delicious that we put this recipe for mac and cheese on our website, or you at least gave it to us. We'll put it on later today. I'm not sure if it's there yet. Sorry,
If not,
Amanda.
I'll put it up on mine
We'll
as
put it
well.
on later. Oh, it's there. Never
It's
mind.
there.
She's
We'll
so
put
on
it up.
top of it. It's on our website, abc4.com. It's really yummy. Okay, stick around. Utah Real Deals coming up next. Today on The Doctors at 4, right after Ellen and right before ABC4 News at 5, the doctors reveal shocking truths about teens and sex. Find out what every parent needs to know and how to keep your adolescents safe. And a group of teenagers sit down for a candid discussion about their sex lives. Hear their shocking admissions.
Will your little girl grow up to skate for gold or play her way to the LPGA Tour? A simple test claims to show you what's in store and define what kind of athlete your kid could be. Find out about